welcome back. We are here with Lily Richards from Unity Books. How are you doing, Lily? This is like the first... I know you've been so angry because you're like, when are you going to do a Monday again? Because I never do Mondays, and I always miss out on your fabulous segments. It's very...
Now you're going to be right in the centre of it.
I know, pretty much. And you've brought a very interesting book.
Hold on, you asked me how I was. I haven't even had a chance to answer.
I saw... before that, I saw your presenter debut the other week as well.
Were you impressed?
I was impressed.
Did you want me to present a segment with you?
Yeah, I think you should. I think I should become the next week. Yeah.
No.
Oh, thank goodness it's not another light.
That's a bad sign. Nature's like, no, don't present a segment.
Around.
How am I? I'm tired.
You're tired?
I'm tired, yeah.
Is it the weather that's making us tired?
It's weird out there. It's all crazy and crashy and like
gale,
dark and cold and hot.
Yeah. I always associate bad things with the name Gale because the weather. Yeah.
Like the loud noises.
And Gale's good.
So,
yes.
Bad things have happened to the person that is the subject of this book. Wow, who did this book? Bad things.
Really?
Yeah. Annie Leibovitz. What comes to mind when I say Annie Leibovitz?
Vanity Fair.
Yes.
Things.
Portraits. She's like a portrait photographer. But did you hear about her money troubles?
Now that you say that, I kind of vaguely... That rings a bell, but no, please elaborate.
It's like gale and storm, the two things go together. Leibovitz, money problems. Apparently she's worth heaps and heaps of money. She's like one of the most foremost amazing photographers in America. Lots of portraits, Demi Moore, pregnant, naked, ring a bell.
Yeah.
But she's like 25 million in the hole due to mismanagement and being a little bit upset, I think, after her partner Susan Sontag died. Susan Sontag was the, did you study her? Like, sort of feminist...
No.
She did lots of philosophical books on photography.
Right.
A book called On Photography, which was like the first book about the philosophy of photography. Obviously, they hit it off. And but the nature of the relationship was always a bit kind of up in the air. Was it familial? Was it sexual? But anyway, after she died, they had this thing between her, Annie Leibovitz, and Susan Sontag, that they really wanted to go on a journey around the States to places that they loved, and they were going to call it something like On Beauty, and they were going to just take photographs of things that that moved them in some way or other, and it wasn't going to be an assignment, and they weren't told what to do. So after Susan Sontag died and Annie Leibovitz had these huge financial troubles, she decided to go and do this idea just on her own terms with her own list, and this is the book that you get. Shall I?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Let's have a look.
Can you see that?
Annie Leibovitz Pilgrimage.
Yes. Introduction. Doris Kearns Goodwin is a historical writer, so the introduction is very solid.
Yeah.
The photo on the cover is of, do you want to guess?
Niagara Falls!
Woo! Yeah, Niagara Falls. A lot better without that little bit across.
Yeah, we're just talking about how those are always annoying. I've got a book with that, just
get rid of it.
It's very artistic now.
So the photo of Niagara Falls is really important because her kids were standing there and were awed by it and were like, "Wow, this is really amazing," and she kind of learnt to see things differently and again. And shall I give you some examples?
Yes, I'd love to.
So what she does is she goes to all these different places and she goes to these houses and sort of instances that occurred in American history and in Britain as well. So she goes to like Virginia Woolf's house and she goes to Wolf, God. Oh, so tired. Ralph Waldo Emerson, and...
Oh, wow, Annie Oakley?
Annie Get Your Gun.
Yeah.
Elvis Presley.
Elvis Presley.
Eleanor Roosevelt, Emily Dickinson.
Abraham Lincoln. I'll try and give you some examples because the photos are amazing. This is Emily Dickinson's dress. The only remaining dress.
Really?
Yes. People, a girl at work who saw this as well, Heidi, she cried when she saw Emily Dickinson's dress, yeah. And I cried, not like full weeping, but like brought a tear to my eye when I saw this, which is where Thoreau, that's Walden Pond. I don't know if you've read Walden Pond, but it's by Thoreau, and it's like this. He went, that's the rubble of his little hut that he built himself, and he lived totally by himself for a number of months and wrote this, kept this journal. And it's about sort of like independence and liberty and how to live alone and the sort of the nature of being. It's such an amazing book. Amazing.
All right, well, we're going to go to a video and we're going to be back. I want to see some more of these because it's fascinating. So it's almost like she's kind of like doing portraits of people who I guess are gone, but of all their stuff.
Yeah, they're just important places that have some kind of meaningful connection to her that correspond to the images. Fantastic. It's really moving in a weird kind of way.
All right, let's have a look at some more of your favourite picks after a bit of Mia Hawthorne. A Long Time. It's a good song. Good song. That was a bit of Mia Hawthorne. We're back with Lily Richards from Unity Books, our book reviewer, who has brought in a very interesting book. This is a book actually Oliver Seeley would like, and we all know Oliver Seeley. He's the crazy bearded man who sometimes often walks in the background.
Is
He does.
You'll see him in the background of that shot every now and then.
Every now and then, especially when there's food on
Does
set.
he like wave?
Yeah, no, he
Walking
just
through
stares.
with a gigantic beard.
But you brought in a book by Annie Leibovitz, and
Yeah, I don't want to give too many pages away, but
Yeah,
this is
sure.
an example of me giving too many pages away.
there are many pages in it. So
Yeah, there are lots. You won't lose out. Sorry, there you go. That's Elvis's grave tomb thing where he's entombed.
Not too elaborate, you know, for the king of...
It's quite godly.
I was going to say the king of pop.
I think it's quite tasteful.
What do they call Elvis? The
Rock.
king of
Was it rock?
and roll? The king?
Rock and roll.
Just the king.
The king. That must have been shortened from something.
Yeah, exactly. What?
You can't just call him the king.
He wasn't officially
You're
a
never
royal.
just a king. You're always a king of something. King of
king
rock
of
and roll.
fried peanut
It's
butter.
got to be rock and roll, right?
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, I mean, this is a TV. Can we go to there? Sorry.
Yeah.
This is a TV that Elvis shot.
It's awesome.
Apparently, he had lots of guns in the house and wasn't
He
afraid
shot
to
a
use them.
TV?
He shot a TV. Emotional, artistic types.
I like the ones of Annie Oakley you were showing us.
Yes, Annie Oakley.
She's a great, fascinating lady.
One more, sorry. This is Annie Oakley's target. So she was a sharpshooter and she travelled around with wild bills, like
amazing.
western. Is that it? Wild bills?
Yeah. She's like pretty much like a not like a circus, but they'd always do that in the back in the day. With
Kind of
just like,
circusy.
It's
I read
kind of
that she
circusy,
could
yeah.
like throw up a card and shoot it down
yeah.
the middle, down the side of the card.
But then
hey,
always, like,
talking about
folklore and
cards.
stuff. Oh,
Segue. I didn't even
accidental
know
segue.
it. Yeah, this has nothing to do with the book apart from that what I just mentioned. But we just got these in at work and they're so incredibly cool. They're
Give them a close up.
Tim Burton's playing cards.
Isn't that cool?
That is seriously cool.
Not very good with directions there.
That's
Isn't that
fantastic.
awesome? I know,
That's awesome.
$15.
That's a good Christmas gift. I'm gonna
That
say.
is
That's a good
serious
Christmas
stocking
gift.
That's a
filler
cool
material.
stocking,
That's a good
yeah.
stocking.
That's almost too good for a stocking.
Oh,
filler.
that is
Almost
awesome. What a great
Yeah.
idea.
We do actually have a couple of books on Tim Burton at the moment, like retrospectives and stuff.
Because he's had that exhibition going around the
Yeah.
world. I was in Melbourne like ages ago. I was there, but I think it's in LA now. But all of his artworks and stuff and all
Yeah.
his sketches.
The book was a little bit disappointing for that, but this is a different one. The book was just like a catalogue, like what you get if you were going through the exhibition at the time,
yeah.
which is nice if you can look at the actual work, but not
Yeah.
otherwise.
Reese wants that.
Reese wants these. You want
Very
them.
good.
We'll come and get them.
Come and get them. Unity Books.
Yeah,
High Street.
High Street.
Up here in Auckland. And you can obviously get this charming, marvellous book.
Amazing book.
It's
Such a good Christmas present.
It's hefty. It's a good Christmas present because you really feel like you've given someone something.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
when
there's
it's a
so
heavy
much
book.
in here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Heavy in content, heavy in image,
Absolutely.
heavy in symbolism.
Fantastic. I do love your post. Did you do any strategic post, like kind of?
I just put them in there randomly.
Oh, good.
Some of
Okay,
your
good.
post notes look
Yeah,
they're
look,
all
yeah,
so
look,
differently
check out,
coloured.
show it to the camera.
Well, that's... Oh, there we go.
there we
Can
go.
you
Right, nice.
That's me doing my research.
Like a 7th form study.
project. I do. I get like anxiety, exam anxiety.
Awesome. Well, what a beautiful book. Let's maybe put this back on there
Let's
as
type it
well,
on.
so people know
And
what it is called.
Think as well that when you do buy a pilgrimage by Annie Leibovitz, that you're really helping dig her out of a $25 million hole.
Yes, it's like going to a Bob Dylan concert, isn't it? Anyway,
Save the artists.
let's go to video. What are we going to go to, Matt Gibb?
A little bit of sub-focus. Could this be real?
Oh, say goodbye to Lily Richards.